For today's lesson, we are going to take a look at functions, zeros, and intercepts. So we took a look at transformation the previous day. Now we're just going to focus on functions, zeros, and intercepts. So we're just focusing on SOL 8.6. Excuse me. We're focusing on 8.7 ACD. The student will investigate and analyze linear, not quadratic functions, just linear now, and their characteristics both algebraically and graphically, including determining whether a relation is a function, zeros, and intercepts. All right, so your learning target for today, I can determine whether a relation is a function by looking at a set of ordered pairs, a table, a mapping, or a graph. I can identify the zeros of a function presented algebraically or graphically. I can identify the intercepts of a function represented algebraically or graphically. All right, so we're just going to look at things graphically in terms of zeros and intercepts. All right, so what is a relation? All right, let's change my pen color here. A relation is a set of x and y values. All right, there are four ways that we can represent these values. So we've seen traditionally ordered pairs, mapping, we've seen a table of values, and most recently we've worked with graphs. All right. A function is a relation in which each element of the domain, so when we talk about domain, so I'll put that over here, domain is your x values, and range is y. So each element of your domain corresponds with one and only one element of the range. All right, so remember domain is x, range is y. So if we look at the examples here, we have the first one, the relation is a function because we can see each x value has one and only one y value. When we look at here what's not a function, we can see that this x value of 5 has two different outputs of a and c. All right, so when we think in terms of equations and functions, so thinking about plugging or even evaluating an expression, if I plug 2 into an expression or even an equation and get 0, every time I put 2 into that equation, I'm going to get 0. If I get something else, then that is not a function. All right, so we're going to look at determining whether a relation is a function. All right, so looking here for A, my domain, I have -3, 0, 4. My range, I have -2, 1, and 7. So looking here, this is a function because each element in my domain has one value in my range. Remember, domain is x, range is y. All right, for B, B is not a function because we can see here that 4 has an output of -1 and 4 is an output of 1, so this is not a function. All right, now I want you to try A and B for number 3, just like we did looking at the mapping, looking at the set of order pairs. Is it a function? All right, so let's take a look at it. For A is not a function. And that is because 2 has two different outputs. So we can see that 2 has the output of -3 and 2 is the output of +3. All right, and looking here for B, B is a function. All right. All right, so let's take a look at the vertical line test. All right, so this is the way that we can look at graphs and determine if they are functions or not. So vertical line test. The vertical line test states that if a vertical line passes through only one point, remember point x comma y, on the graph of the relation, then the relation is a function. All right, so when we think about the vertical line test, we take our pencil and we just kind of graze our pencil across the graph. So if you look here in this example, you can see this dotted line. So this is the vertical line test. You just take your pencil and you just run it across the function. So no matter where I draw this line or put my pencil, I'm only hitting the graph in one point. So I'm only hitting a point here, a point there, and a point there. So this one is a function. All right, for B, again, drawing my line. No matter where I draw my line, I'm hitting the graph in two different spots. So remember, it only crosses in one spot. So this is not a function. All right, so this graph is telling me that these x values have more than one y value. All right, and for C, I can see here that this is not a function because there's a point there and a point there. So again, this x value has two different y values. So this is not a function. All right, now I want you to try number 4 using the vertical line test. Tell me whether it is or is not a function. All right, so looking here at A is not a function. All right, looking at B is a function. And when we draw a vertical line test for C, it is a function. All right. And the last piece we're going to look at, and we've talked about intercepts before, but we're going to talk about zeros and specifically x-intercepts. So zeros and x-intercepts, graphically, the points at which the graph intersect the x-axis. So as we get further into functions later on throughout the year, you will hear that there are other terms, but right now, zeros and x-intercepts mean the exact same thing. All right, so we are going to graph the functions or graph the equations and identify the zeros and the x-intercepts. So remember, when we're talking about zeros and x-intercepts, we mean where the graph crosses the x-axis. All right, so looking here, I have the equation -6 minus 5y equals -3. So first we're going to go ahead and put that in slope-intercept form. So I have -6x minus 5y equals 3. Add 6x to both sides. -5y is equal to 6x plus 3. Divide both sides by -5. And I get y is equal to -6/5 plus, minus 3/5. All right, so we know that -3/5 is going to be about -0.6. So we're going to go on the y-axis, make that closer to -1. Not exactly perfect. All right, so now we have to go down 6. Again, it's going to go off the graph, so I do apologize about that. It's going to be about here. And again, up 6/5 is going to be about here. So again, this one isn't perfect and isn't a great example, but we can see we have an x-intercept here. We don't know exactly what that point is. Again, I do apologize for giving you an example that is not exact, but our other 3 examples would be exact. All right, so here we have 5x plus 2y equals 0. So again, 5x plus 2y equals 0. Subtract 5x from both sides. We get that 2y is equal to -5x. Divide both sides by 2, and we get that y is equal to -5/2x. So here's an example of where our y-intercept is going to be 0. So I'm going to go down 5. And to the right 2, up 5. And to the left 2. Here we can see that we have an x-intercept and or 0, because remember those mean the same thing, at 0, 0. All right, so now I want you to pause the video and I want you to identify the zeros and the intercepts of this function. But instead of graphing them on your paper, I want you to use the Desmos calculator. All right, so use your Desmos graphing calculator and I want you to tell me what the zeros and or x-intercepts of these two equations. All right, so using the Desmos graphing calculator, we can see that we have a 0 for this first one at -1. So we have the point -1, 0 as a 0 and x-intercept for this equation. And here, when we look here, we get -1.25. All right, so does everyone notice that with an x-intercept, we always going to have a value for x and 0 for y, so that it intercepts the x-axis. So either we can do it algebraically or graphically, and graphically we can definitely use the Desmos calculator. All right, now it is time for you to summarize what you've learned from today's lesson.